This is the e-bycco 24 in 5000W electric bike, and the first thing that hit me was how bold and solid it feels. The frame is chunky in a good way. The 24x4 fat tires look ready for anything, and the whole setup gives off serious power vibes. When I lifted it out of the box, I had that oh wow moment. It's heavy, and it's not the kind of e-bike you toss in a trunk or carry up a few flights of stairs without thinking twice. But once I got it rolling, the weight started to make sense. It feels planted, stable, and confident, especially at speed and over rough patches. From my experience, the dual motors are the star. You get two 2500W peak brushless motors, which together give you 5000W peak. In plain English, that means strong acceleration and real hill climbing pull. I eased into the throttle the first time and still felt the front end get light. There's a moment where you just grin and think, okay, this thing moves. I wouldn't put this in the beginner category only because the throttle is so responsive. If you're new, start slow, work through pedal assist first and learn the feel. Once you do, it's a blast. Key features that stood out for me are the 52V32Ah removable lithium-ion battery, the hydraulic disc brakes, the suspension with a lockout fork and rear shock, and the clear LCD display. The battery is the kind of capacity that cuts range anxiety way down. In my opinion, that's huge. On single-motor throttle-only rides, taking it easy, I regularly see more than 35 miles. With pedal assist, I can stretch that a lot farther. I rode all weekend once before needing to plug in. Overnight charging fits my routine, and the removable pack makes it simple to bring inside. About the riding modes, this bike gives you options. You can run single motor or dual motor. There's pure electric if you don't want to pedal at all. Pedal assist gives you multiple levels, which means the motor adds power as you pedal. Super helpful on climbs or when you want to go longer without tiring your legs. Cruise mode keeps you at a steady speed without holding the throttle. Walk mode creeps the bike forward while you walk beside it, which helps when guiding it up ramps or through tight spots. And if you want it to function like a traditional bike, you can do that too. I swap modes depending on the day. Dual motor is my fun button when I'm off-road or want a quick jump through a long stretch. For commuting, I usually stick to pedal assist on single motor to save battery and be kinder to the drivetrain. Those 24x4 fat tires are a big part of why this feels so versatile. They roll over potholes, gravel, and even light snow with less drama. I've taken it onto muddy trails right after a rain, and the traction was much better than I expected. The front fork can be locked out if you want a firmer ride on smooth roads, and the rear shock takes the edge off broken pavement and roots. The hydraulic disc brakes are strong and consistent, even in wet conditions, and I really appreciate the feel at the lever. On a bike this powerful that braking confidence matters. The cockpit is well thought out. The LCD is bright and easy to read. Speed, battery, assist level, all the basics. There's a phone holder with a USB charger, which is super handy for navigation on longer rides. The headlight and horn are integrated and work well for dawn or night rides. I do wish it had built-in turn signals for city use. It's not a deal-breaker for me, but it would be a nice safety upgrade for traffic-heavy commutes. Assembly was straightforward. It arrived mostly put together. I installed the front wheel, pedals, and a few accessories. The included tools are fine, though I used my own ratchet to speed it up. I also kept the box for a while just in case. If you've never put a bike together, the video guide is clear and makes the process less intimidating. Because everything is bigger and heavier, give yourself a bit of extra time and patience. Day to day, the weight is both the drawback and the superpower. I wouldn't want to carry it upstairs, and it takes more storage space than a slim commuter. But on the move, the mass helps. The bike feels steady at high speed, corners with a grounded feel, and just plows through bumps that would rattle a lighter setup. The rear rack is sturdy. I've strapped on a backpack, shopping bags, and small groceries without issue. There are mounts for a pannier or a child seat if that's your plan. It's practical for runs to the store and reliable for longer weekend rides. I've had a clean run with reliability so far, but I'll mention a couple of minor things I've seen or heard. I had to tweak the hydraulic brakes a bit after the first rides, and getting both motors dialed in perfectly took a couple of tries. If you've worked on bikes before, it's no big deal. If not, the brand support has been responsive, which is reassuring. This is a lot of power in one package, so I keep an eye on bolts and cables, especially in the first few weeks. On safety and rules, I always wear a helmet and encourage you to do the same. A bike with this much torque and speed deserves respect. Your local regulations might limit where or how fast you can ride, so check that before cranking up the assist. For me, the hydraulic brakes and bright headlight make a noticeable difference. I added reflective tape and a rear blinky for extra visibility at night, and that combo has worked well. From my experience, the e-bycco's personality is workhorse with a wild streak. It's capable and comfortable for everyday riding, and it can also deliver thrills on demand. The frame is tough, the components are solid for the price, and the range is legit. I appreciate that the battery doesn't force me to plan every mile. Pedal assist is intuitive for newcomers. Think of it as the bike lending you a hand each time you push the pedals, and it lets you pick how much help you want. In my opinion, it's perfect for riders who want more power and range than the average city e-bike. Long commutes, hilly neighborhoods, weekend trail exploring, hauling errands, this checks those boxes. If you live upstairs with no elevator, you might want to think about storage first. If you're brand new to e-bikes, take time to learn the throttle and modes. The payoff is a bike that's fun, fast, and flexible. I'd recommend this for experienced cyclists who want serious torque, commuters who don't want to worry about range or hills, and riders who split time between asphalt and rougher paths. It's also a good fit if you value strong brakes and big tires for comfort and control. If you need a super light bike or plan to carry it a lot, this probably isn't the one. But if you want a durable, powerful machine that can handle daily use and weekend adventures, it earns its spot. In conclusion, the e-bycco 24in 5000W electric bike feels like a powerhouse that still makes sense for real life. The battery, the dual motors, the fat tires, and the hydraulic brakes are the highlights. I wish it weighed less and came with turn signals, and I had a few small tweaks to make early on, but nothing that took away from the overall experience. It's a ride that made me smile right away and kept me impressed as I put more miles on it. I will share detailed information about the e-bycco 24in 5000W electric bike in the comments section. Everyone, thank you for watching.